Hi Austin, thank you for the time. How did your camp go at ATT and were you back quickly again in the gym after that world title fight in Dublin?
Okay, to answer your latter, I was back right away. I think like within a couple weeks. We spent a little bit of time in Ireland to check things out, drink a few Guinnesses and whatnot, and I was right back to work. But camp went super good. I feel this is the first time I'd say in like a year where I feel like 100% healthy and I feel good and all that. So I'm excited to go out and compete on Friday.
What do you make of Aaron Jeffrey taking this fight on 8 days' notice? And were you yourself in a mind state that you didn't want to wait anymore but just fight this Friday? Because you could have waited for a bigger name opponent, right?
Yeah, but I was gonna fight a motherfucker no matter what. So whatever day it was, or whoever was gonna step up, that's who I was gonna fight. So, of course, waiting for a ranked opponent and whatnot. But Aaron Jeffrey's a really good fighter, and I had pictured myself fighting him at some point. Whether it was sooner or later, and he might not have a number next to his name, but I believe he'd beat quite a few guys in the top 10 anyway. So it's a good opponent, someone that, I'm going to be able to go out and do my stuff against. And I look forward to it Friday.
ATT is at an all-time high in this Bellator middleweight division with, of course, you and Dalton Rasta, but also the champ, Johnny Eblen. Does it make you proud to see so many guys of your gym excelling in this weight class?
Yeah. We got a really good squad, a good camaraderie and whatnot. And I'm really happy to see those guys do well too. And it gives you a sense of confidence as well because you're in there grinding with those guys every day, and everyone's working together and helping each other out and stuff. So it's a cool thing, and I can say like proudly that I look forward and I hope that one of my next opponents is Johnny because that means he's going out and doing his job and defending the belt, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm winning fights, and that's the matchup I would want. Not because I dislike Johnny or anything. I just want us both to do the best that we can, and so that's someone I look forward to.
That would be a massive fight. I cannot wait to see you perform again. Good luck on fight night, sir.
Awesome. Thank you, Santiago.
Dylan Rush.
Hey Austin, thanks for taking the time. So you just mentioned the potential of fighting one of your ATT brothers, Johnny Eblen, maybe even Dalton Rasta one day. In that scenario, would you move gyms or would they move gyms or how would that go down?
No, we would all make it work. We just had teammates fight last week for the semifinals in another promotion, and we would make it work. We're all really loyal to American Top Team, and the only thing is I don't see any of us fighting unless it's for a title. So, as far as that goes, but I know I can only speak for myself, and I'm not going anywhere. I'll retire with American Top Team, and this will be my home forever. So, as far as I go, I ain't moving gyms.
And then I asked your opponent, Aaron Jeffrey, this. He told me it was a good question, so I got to go for it again. Is there more or less pressure in a short notice fight? It's short notice for you as well. So do you feel more pressure on a short notice fight or less pressure?
No, my goal is just to go out and do my job and get the work done, and that's just been my mindset. Like I said previously in another interview, I really don't care who's standing across the cage from me, and I just look forward to getting back in there and doing what I know I'm capable of doing and going and taking care of business.
And then Saeed Salma, he's on the card, Bellator heavyweight. How has he helped you in preparation for this bout? I see you guys have been training together a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, we're just in the gym together, and we're all grinding, all working hard with one another, and such a big gym, and sometimes you'll get a go with somebody, and we're a pretty close knit team, and everyone's looking out for the best of each other's interests and stuff, and I think maybe we had like went one go in a jiu-jitsu class or whatever, but always trying to help each other out and pump each other up and stuff, and So I look forward to him. Saeed's a great guy. He's a good competitor too, and he's gonna go out and get the job done Friday as well.
Tyler?
Hey, Austin, thanks for taking the time. So going back to kind of the short notice situation, I know it was only 8 days, but did you tweak anything in your camp to adjust to Jeffrey, or did you just kind of stay pat with everything?
We just say pat. I think going into most of my fights, it's what Austin Vanderford is going to go out and do, and not really focusing as much. Of course, there's little like nuances here and there of different opponents and and then training for a title fight and stuff like that. I think there's some different things, but this opponent, he's not, a little bit different styles, but he's more of a stand-up guy, just like my other opponent was, and I'd say maybe Aaron's a little more well-rounded than the last guy, but it's always been what I'm gonna go out and do, and I'm gonna go and insert my dominance and do what is gonna take to get the victory.
And I just wanted to get your quick thoughts on Michael Page versus Platinum Perry. I just wanted to get your thoughts on that matchup. Are you going to be there in London?
Yeah, ironically, I will be there because my wife is fighting the same night. So I'll be there. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be an amazing fight. It's definitely going to be it's going to be crazy. I give a lot of respect, though, to MVP for, stepping out of what he does. I know he's a striker, but to take the gloves off, man, and to go in there, and especially go in against a guy like Mike Perry, who is a banger, and it's going to be a crazy fight. I look forward to it, honestly. That's my number one highlight of the week's going to be my wife going out and getting the W, and then number two is watching that fight.
Of course. Thank you so much for your time, and good luck on your fight.
Awesome. Thank you.
Raul?
What's up, Austin? So your first time experiencing defeat came in your last outing for Bellator. I just want to know what lessons you learned from that.
Man, to be honest, like throughout life and my career, I've taken so many losses, and whether it's on the wrestling mat or, just losing money or whatever. So it's not really that new of a feeling. I put my heart and soul into everything that I'm passionate about and everything I do. And, it's the same for wrestling, and it sucks and you feel the defeat, but I've got a one-track mind, and it's just to get better. And I know we're going to suffer these losses, whether it affects your record or, or just your day in the gym. You're going to suffer a loss, and you just got to evaluate and see where you can improve, what you went or where you went wrong, and all that. And I feel like I've done a good job on that. And I just look forward to going out and not even really proving anything other than, I'm going to continue to get better, and you're just going to see a better version of Austin Vanderford each fight.
And I know you said you didn't want to prove anything, but your last finish came in 2019. I just want to know if there's any extra motivation to get a finish Friday night.
No, I'm always looking to go out and finish, and I feel like most of my fights are bloody, and I go out there and do what I do, and I'm not fixated on that. I just want to be the best version of myself, and whether I'm beating somebody's face in, or I knock somebody out, or I tap somebody out, whatever, I'm just focused on going out and getting the job done.
Jay?
Hi, Austin. Thank you very much for joining us. How's everything with you?
Everything's good. Thank you.
I know it's a short notice fight, but has anything leading into this particular fight changed to what you have been doing in the past? And do you feel mentally stronger going into this fight coming off a loss?
So to answer that question, I do. I feel like I'm in a really good spot, like mentally and as far as that goes. It was a short notice opponent change, but for me, I've been training and preparing for a fight for like 3 months. So I'm ready to go. I'm in good shape, and the biggest thing for me is just to go and do what I do and take care of business.
Thank you very much.
Dylan?
Hey there, Austin. I appreciate you making some time.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm just curious because the way you're talking about Aaron Jeffrey through this scrum, it seems to indicate a sense of being aware of what his previous resume was going into this fight. Can you speak to, I guess, the level of awareness you may have had with his like resume and everything before this announcement?
I mean, not like, I've seen him compete on the Contender Series, and then of course I watched his Bellator debut, and then when they told me about the opponent change, we checked things out and stuff. But like I said, he's had some good fights. He's fought some tough competition, and he'll be ready to go out and fight. I'd imagine if he's taking the fight on 8 days' notice, he feels good about where he's at with his cardio and all that stuff. So I look forward to going out and testing him.
For sure. And as much as this is a mixed martial arts contest, obviously you have the great resume with the Alaska amateur wrestling, and his amateur wrestling from the Niagara region is very centric to his game. As much as it is a mixed martial arts bout, is there going to be a bit of a Niagara region versus Alaska wrestling kind of dynamic in this one, perhaps?
I don't think so. I wasn't really aware of like his Niagara wrestling and stuff like that. So I haven't put any thought into that. And it's a fight, and I'm just going out to fight him.
Yeah, fair enough. And then just lastly for me, there's another gentleman on the card just with Josh Hill competing. Have we had a meeting of the gentlemen fight week, or not really cross paths with Josh Hill?
Oh yeah. He's I don't really, I can't think if I've seen him or not. We definitely haven't like said hi to each other. So, but that's cool though. Two of us, two gentlemen. He must be a really nice guy.
Yeah, can confirm. Couple of nice guys. Thanks for the insights, man.
Okay. Yes.
Mills?
Hey, how's it going, Austin? It's MMA Locker Room, part of Plus Sports Radio.
Hey, going good. Thank you.
Good. So it seems like you and your opponent both fought on the Contender Series. You walked away with the win on there. Came to Bellator. Seems like, you're loving your stay here with Bellator. Seems like they're treating you like, the main guy as a prize fighter. They seem to let their fighters fight in other promotions. MVP doing some BKFC fighting. Would you ever entertain maybe fighting for like another promotion like that and, fight on a card with your wife?
Man, my main focus is MMA and in specific Bellator, and just working my way back up to a title shot here. So I really haven't given like too much thought into another, a fight in a different promotion.
Got it. And one other thing before we get out of here. What do you look forward to more? Your after fight meal or those photo shoots that you do with your wife out there?
Well, actually, after the fight, my wife is preparing to compete the very next week. So this will probably be like the first time after fight where I'm not gonna go crazy on food or anything, and I'm gonna respect my wife and what she's going through as far as like nutrition and dieting to get down to weight, and I'm gonna stay pretty clean up until after her fight, and then after that, I think I look more forward to like food and beer than the photo shoots, although I do love the photo shoots.
Danny?
Hey, what's up, Austin? How are you, man?
I'm good, thank you.
Hey, so you're a very positive guy. You're always happy. You're always in a good mood and just always staying positive. But I wonder, coming up short in such a big opportunity you got against Gegard, how much did that sting? And more or less, how much did it take for you to kind of get back on the horse, per se, if there even was that kind of process?
As far as the sting goes, definitely. I mean, it sucked. I had like the worst night of my career as far as competing, and one of my like worst nights as far as competing, like not just in MMA but in wrestling and in everything. I relate it to like going out and getting thrown in an amateur wrestling match and getting pinned in 10 seconds. But that's the sport that we're in, and that's you know what, I'd be a liar if I said that never happened to me in wrestling as well. And it was never really hopping back on the horse, it was immediately after evaluating what went wrong and the mistakes that could be fixed, and then addressing those. And truly, I just looked forward to this day coming up, to getting another chance to compete and going out and to fight again.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't want to harp too much on the past, so just one more question on this, and then I got another one. But you're obviously like a very talented grappler, and throughout your Bellator tenure, we've seen how good you are. And a lot of people expected, hey, like this guy's going to come out here and put the pressure on Mousasi and wrestle him. We've seen him kind of have troubles with that kind of style before in the past. So I guess if you could explain, like, why did you decide to strike and not use your wrestling? Because a lot of people were puzzled by that.
Well, I mean, the fight only lasted like a minute and a half. So, you got to have some time to set those things up. And he knew what the game plan was going into it too. He knew I was a grappler and a wrestler, and that I was going to go out and do that. And bottom line, to be blunt, I took a shitty shot and I didn't set it up. I never allowed myself to get comfortable. And, I just, like I said, there were mistakes that were made that I feel like I've been able to address and improve on. And I'm going to say that, it's not going to happen again. I'm going to be prepared and go out there and do it. So, it just, like I said, it wasn't my night, and I wasn't meant to be champion that night. And I can rest on that and know that, and feel in my heart that my time definitely is still coming, and I look forward to just getting back after it.
Yeah, for sure. Gold is still on your mind. So I guess if you can, in your mind, like what is the road back to a title shot? Like, what do you envision yourself? What do you think you have to do to get back there? And more or less, how long do you feel like that journey will be?
Well, I'll tell you this, the main thing is just going out there Friday night and taking care of business. I'll never look past a single opponent, and I'll never, make these big plans on where I'm going to go. The first thing is going out and hurting Aaron Jeffrey on Friday night, and that's what I plan on doing.
Mm-hmm. And then just one more for me. Paige has mentioned in the past how, like, she's obviously focused on bare knuckle, but, MMA was her first love, and she's always, she's kind of hinted at potentially going back to mixed martial arts in the future. Have you guys ever had conversations like, hey, it'd be pretty sick if, you go over to Bellator and whatnot? We've seen that, for example, Bellator let Michael Venom Page compete in BKFC, so we've seen fighters been able to do both. Have you ever talked to her about that, a potential move to Bellator?
I think we just had a conversation last night, and that conversation is about how I'm going to go out and hurt this motherfucker on Friday night. So I look forward to it Friday, going out and competing against Aaron and get my hand raised Friday night.